Hey everyone, Steve Milloy here. Climate hoaxers have everyone believing that it's fossil fuel emissions that are driving carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere higher and higher and faster. Nature just proved them to be liars. Carbon dioxide in the atmosphere did increase by a record amount over the past year, but was it human activity as claimed by the climate hoaxers? The natural carbon cycle is about 10 times larger than fossil fuel emissions. The cycle isn't fixed, it varies. We know from satellites that the Earth, including the oceans, has become greener over the past 45 years. More plants, including plankton in the oceans, means that the carbon cycle has grown. Last year, the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere increased by a whopping 4.7 parts per million. You can see from this NOAA chart that the growth was literally off the charts. But here's the inconvenient truth. While atmospheric carbon dioxide increased by a whopping 4.7 parts per million, fossil fuel emissions only increased by a slight 1%. How can atmospheric carbon dioxide increase so much with barely a change in emissions? Well, the only other source of carbon dioxide is the natural carbon cycle. As we know, there has been a lot more sunshine over the past year. We know this from the recent Nature study that the media refuses to report about. More sunshine means more photosynthesis. As it turns out, over the past year, sunlight has not only caused a spike in warming, it has also spiked the growth in atmospheric CO2 emissions. There are other telltale signs in the NOAA graph that debunk the notion of fossil fuel emissions driving atmospheric CO2. Check out, for example, the early 1990s dip in atmospheric CO2 growth. We didn't use less energy in the early 1990s, but there was a major volcanic eruption. It reduced sunlight and cooled the planet, thereby reducing the carbon cycle and the growth of atmospheric carbon dioxide. You can now see why climate hoaxers ignore the inconvenient truth of the natural carbon cycle. Stay up with the latest on the climate hoax. Follow me on X @JunkScience and at my website, junkscience.com. Thanks for watching.